Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to do another kind of short and simple video today. I've had a lot of people ask me what I do for my delts, if I do anything specific for them. So in this video, I'm just going to demonstrate two of my most favorite shoulder exercises and what I consider to be the most underrated shoulder exercises, actually. I rarely see people doing them. So yeah, first things first, I rarely train front delts anymore, actually. I do chest twice a week, and I do a lot of heavy presses, so I overload my front delts a lot when I do those. So in result, I focus more on my side and rear delts. And I feel like for the vast majority of people, they're going to have more developed front delts just due to all the benching over the years. So you'll rarely see anyone with superior side and rear delts compared to front. So that's why I think side and rear delts need a little bit more focus. So the most common thing you'll see is a lot of people doing a bunch of like high rep lateral raises for the side delts, and for rear delts they'll do like high rep reverse pec deck or face pulls or some type of like cable something. And that's not bad. Like, it's definitely good to isolate it and do that at the end. But considering you overload your front delts with heavy weight in a compound lift, why would you not do the same for your side and rear delts? It's not like you do a bunch of high rep stuff or high rep front raises for your front delts to grow. No, you usually do like heavy like presses, heavy shoulder press, heavy military press, heavy bench press. That's usually the best thing to get your shoulders to grow. So I think the same thing for side and rear delts. It's good to use a compound lift and go heavy in that and overload those muscles. Because if you try to go too heavy using like a side lateral raise or something, the rotator cuff's a pretty sensitive area, so you may put yourself at risk for injury. But in my research, I've come across two shoulder exercises that allow you to kind of overload the side and rear delts in a safe way, but still allows you to go pretty heavy and use a lot of weight and try to put as much mass on as possible there. Since I started doing these two exercises in the past couple years, I'd say I've seen probably the most growth I've ever seen in my shoulders. I just noticed a lot more rounder features, just like my rear delts pop out a lot more. Just overall, I'm a lot more rounder, and I just feel like I have a more balanced shoulder and not so front delt dominant. All right, so enough talking. I'll get to demonstrating what these two are. All right, hopefully the camera's in the right spot. All right, this first one is a one-arm upright row with a dumbbell. I'm sure a lot of you have probably done like a barbell upright row in the past. This is very, very similar, just using a dumbbell. I'm using a light dumbbell just for demonstration purposes and all that. But with this, it is best to kind of go heavy to kind of overload it. But initially, you do want to start off on the lighter end just to get a feel for the form, and then kind of working your way up. So with this, just stand straight up, and then it's not too simple or not too complex, really. Just kind of bring it up there. So just a dumbbell version of a barbell row. It's a little side view. You can kind of toy around with the angle of like your wrist a little bit if you want. See which one you have the best feel for. So you can kind of rotate it back a little bit, or forward kind of. But yeah, if you do it right, go heavy enough, you should definitely feel a nice sensation right there in your side delt. And like I said, this has been huge for me just in getting a lot of roundness back there and all that good stuff. Okay. For rear delts now, I kind of describe this in a way that it's the motion similar to a mixture between a dumbbell row and a tricep kickback kind of. So a dumbbell row, you're retracting with your back, retracting with your shoulder blades coming up like that. Tricep kickback, you're more like this. In the rear delt row, you have a supinated grip, and then it's kind of in between that angle there. You'll just kind of focus on your rear delt and not retract your shoulder blades so much. Bring it right back there. And if you do it right, you'll definitely feel a nice burn right there in the back of the shoulder. This is what I feel is the best way to overload your rear delts and really put a lot of mass back on there. This and the upright row, it might feel a little awkward when you're kind of first getting into it. It kind of took me a few exercises or a few workouts to kind of get a good feel for it and whatnot. But once you get the hang of it and once you start progressing the weight up, and if you're in a calorie surplus and all that, the gains are definitely bound to follow, definitely. So yeah, that's basically it. If you have any other video ideas below, just leave a comment. I'll be sure I get to that at some point. Other than that, if you're interested in one-on-one coaching, my email is in the bio. And yeah, it's about it. Thanks guys. Until next time.